Hello everyone. I like to welcome everyone to our discussion forum. So, what is the agenda of this discussion forum? As you can see in the screen, that I'm going to teach you NISM derivative module here. So, this is our first class. So, I'll not try to make this class too much big, possibly with an expectation that whatever I'm going to communicate to you in next couple of minutes, you listen it very carefully. And if you have any doubt, you can use comment option and you can ask me as many questions as you have with regard to this topic called equity derivative segment. So what I will do, I will come up with series of videos where I'll try to help you with the preparation of NISM Series 8 Equity Derivative Module. So I hope the agenda of this class is pretty much clear with all of you. Okay, so you can get this book, you can download this book. If you register yourself from NISM website, like if I show you that, I'm assuming that you guys have done some registration before you came here to attend the class. So 1 minute. So imagine if I go to NISM website, NISM login I'm doing. So either in Google, you just go and search for NISM. So here I need to give my details. I need to fill my email address and password. And the moment if I do this, so probably I'll get into this login page. And then for exam enrollment, you need to go to enrollment and then you have to enroll for the exam. And then you have to search that Series 8 exam. Where is the Series 8? Equity derivative certification. And then when you go ahead, gradually step by step you need to do, just select the mode, then available exam center. So possibly depends which you're from which city. You can gradually select the city. For example, if I am from maybe if I'm from Pathankot, I'll select Pathankot, and then where's the available exam center, they'll give me that details, and then I have to search here. I can even see the address of that, where is my exam in Pathankot. The address also I can see, and here I can search the date, which exam, like from which date to which date I can write the exam. So all these things I can do here, and then if you click go and there. So I believe now you guys are must be getting the picture. Then you can select when you want to write the exam, and then you can go for enroll for the examination. And because since I have already written the exam, that's why they're showing this. Okay, so they're showing me that already you have written the exam and you got very good marks when you wrote the exam. So for you, it doesn't matter. Please go and no need to write the exam again. You already have written the exam. Anyway, so I just try to make this just for your basic understanding, that in case if you guys have not updated yourself in NISM portal, the first thing before you're gonna start preparing for the exam, first thing make your user ID and password in NISM website, and then once you're done with all the registration homework of NISM, then you are most welcome to attend my class. Fine. So here are the few details they have given about NISM. You can, once you download the book, you can see all these details. Or if you want, you can buy this book. You will get this book in any Textman publication centers, wherever in nearest to your city, you can go and get all the details about this. Now, talking about the exam, like you can see, this is NISM Series 8 Equity Derivative Certification Exam, when you write this exam will be of 100 marks, and you will have 100 questions of 1 marks each. I hope you all can see this, and it should be completed in 2 hours. So for writing this exam, you will get 2 hour time period. In that 2 hour time period, you have to attempt 100 questions, and every question will be of 1 marks. I hope this much everyone is clear, and there will be negative marking of 25%. to each question. Means if you attempt any wrong question, or if you attempt any question which turned to you wrong, then 0.25 would be deducted. Okay. So 4 wrong attempt will be equal to your 1 correct attempt. So 4R minus W, you can understand. And the passing score for the exam is 60%. Fine. I hope this much is clear with all of you. These details, if you want, you can read about NISM and all. What is NISM and what this exam is all about? What is the relevance of this exam? I believe if you work with any brokerage house or any banks, any mutual fund companies, definitely if they're dealing anything regard with derivative, you have to clear this exam. So here I have given you the details about this exam, and here you can see the content for the exam where you can see different chapters are there. In chapter 1, we'll basically will study about derivatives, the basics of derivatives, like history and evolution of derivative, Indian derivative market, market participants, types of derivative market, significance of derivative market, various risks faced by participants in the derivatives. And this first chapter, the importance of this first chapter is like 10%. So out of 100 questions, 10 questions will straight away come from this chapter only. And again, this is very easy chapter. You'll get only theory question. Then second chapter will be study basically about the stock market indexes and all. What is indexes? I hope you know about Nifty, Sensex and all. What are the different types of indices? What are the attributes of indices? Index management. What are the major indices in India like Nifty, Sensex, Bank Nifty, Mid Cap Nifty? You know all them, no? Then in chapter we'll talk about the basic derivative instruments like forward contract and future contract. Here we'll study about payoff model, how the pricing of future and forward is done, what is basis risk, what is the difference between forward and future, all that. Then we're going to study about options in chapter 4. So chapter 4 will be introduction to options, where we'll not go into much detail or much deep into option part. We'll just try to cover the basics on options here. The option pricing models are there, Black-Scholes Merton model or binomial tree model. Then what is implied volatility? All those things we'll study here. Then in chapter 5, we'll talk about the strategies using equity futures and equity options, where we'll talk about future contract for hedging, speculation, and arbitrage. So basically, when you involve in market, so there are 3 trading strategies are there. So one is hedging, which is all about risk minimization. Then another one is speculation, where you try to maximize your return by taking more risk. And the third one is arbitration. So arbitration is all about earning risk-free profit. So then we'll study about options, how options are different from future and forward contract. We'll talk about put call parity, delta hedging, open interest, put call ratios. All these things we'll study in chapter 5. Then in chapter 6, we'll talk about trading mechanism, eligibility criteria of stocks for derivative trading. If you guys are trading on market, you must be knowing that in the stock market more than 2000 stocks are trading. Approximately it's near to 2600 stocks which actually trading in the equity market. But out of these stocks, hardly 200 stocks are trading in derivative market. So we'll study about those eligibility criteria and all. Like you can see here, if I go to the NSE website, if I go to the NSE website, you will see around 2640 stocks are there which are actually trading in equity market. But if you go and look for derivative segment, here if I click here equity and SME, and there if I just search for securities and FNO, so you can actually see the how many out of 2600 stocks, how many stocks are actually trading in derivative. If I download, I'll get the exact number. So if I just make a manual count of this, so, so you can see around 183 stocks are there which are trading in derivative market. So out of 2,600 stocks, you just see only 183 stocks actually trading in derivative market. From NSE website. In the futures and option market, find how our futures are different from forward contract and why options is being used so much in trading and all. I'll try to clear those kind of questions if you have in your mind. Okay, so basically this would be chapter 5. From chapter 6, chapter 6 would be again the eligibility criteria, selection criteria for index, for trading adjustment, for corporate actions, trading cost, algorithmic trading, tracking futures and option data. These all would be little bit theory. Chapter 6 would be little bit theory for you. Then in chapter 7, we'll talk about clearing and settlement system. Okay, we'll talk about how things happen. Like if you start digging into options and future contract, you'll get to know that the moment if you will get into the contract, we need to pay initial margin so that the counterparty risk will be avoided in the case of future contract. I might sound a little bit vague here because maybe you guys might not be knowing what sir is talking right now. But you need to understand the part here, guys, that when we involve in the stock market, basically three process happens. One is trading, then is clearing, then settlement. So in chapter 7, basically we'll talk about the clearing and settlement division, okay, which ultimately complete the trade. We'll try to understand about them. We'll try to talk about clearing members, their roles and responsibilities. We'll talk about risk management. We'll talk about variations and penalties, settlement guarantee fund, and investment guarantee fund. All these things we'll study there. Okay. Then going further in next chapter, in chapter 8, we'll study about laws related to the interference of government with regard to the stock market or regard to the operation in derivative market. In chapter 9, we're going to talk about accounting and taxations. And in chapter 10, we'll talk about sales practices and investment protection services. Again, these would be theory only. You can see their uh, percentage. You can see that last three chapters, you'll get only 5% marks. Only 5 questions will come from last three chapters. Otherwise, if you see the chapter 3 and chapter 4, you are getting 40. Like if you just study two chapter, chapter 3 and chapter 4, 40% of marks is done for you. You're getting me right. Again, chapter 1 is also very important because 10% question come from chapter 1, although chapter 1 is very easy. So when you actually go and write the exam, guys, once your preparation is done, you realize that how easy was the chapter 1. That's what we're going to discuss it now. So I hope so far whatever I have done, you guys have understood. I'll discuss more about this in the next session. So I just don't want to elongate the duration of one video. So just now, so far I have discussed all about this module called Equity Derivative Module, Series 8 module. I just gave you brief idea about this module, what these modules are all about. Now, in the next video, I'll teach you the basics of derivatives. I'll talk about what are derivative instruments and how you can work on derivative instrument, where first we'll discuss the history of derivative markets and significance, and then the risk involved in derivative trading. Clear, everyone? So I hope you guys are super excited for our next session. The same here. So I'll see you all in next session. Take care. Bye, everyone.